Last night at Angel Stadium, Jeff Samardzija returned to the rotation and gave the Giants just what they needed. Then the offense came alive with 3 home runs, including one from Mac Williamson, who made his season debut, a memorable one with a long home run. Tonight, the Giants go for their second straight win in Game 2 of the series, and it's coming up next. Interleague action here in Anaheim as we get ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Giants-Angels, welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, a very well-played game. Everybody contributed yesterday, and of course, the bright spot obviously was the home run ball led by Mac Williamson. But before we talk about Mac Williamson, Mike, Derek Holland is pitching tonight, and he's an American leaguer, so he's had a chance to see these Angels a lot.
Well, and 10-8 lifetime, 5-4 here in Anaheim, and Derek Holland's still looking for his first win as a Giant. Now, his first couple of times out there, he got very little support offensively, and he didn't get a win. His last outing, however, they gave him a lead, a 4-2 lead in San Diego that he was not able to sustain. They wound up losing that ball game. That's been eaten away at him. So he wants to get in the win column with his club. He wants to give them a chance to win, and he's got the stuff to do it.
Well, Mac Williamson, he's back in the lineup as we expected.
Well, and we'd have been very disappointed if he was not in the lineup. The energy he brought to this club last night was something that they were all talking about after the game. It was all they were talking about. And here's a guy who has been up and down a couple times. He's fought through injuries. He's a great story. But the most important thing about Mac Williamson is he believes he belongs here now. And he's going to get an opportunity tonight against Garrett Richards, who has some of the most electric stuff in the American League West. So it should be some pretty interesting matchups. And, hey, I can't wait.
Interleague action, Game 2 of this 3-game series coming up. All right, when we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch right after this.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family, only at Jack in the Box.
Here we are back in Anaheim as we get ready for interleague action. Giants Angels. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. It's 80 degrees here in Anaheim. You see the winds are light, so is the humidity. And it is partly cloudy, some hazy clouds hanging overhead. And while we were doing the weather, the Angels take the field. And we're going to take a look at the lineup that Garrett Richards is going to face with one late scratch. Here's the lineup. It's Panik, Blanco, and McCutcheon. Buster Posey just scratched due to a stiff back. It'll be Pablo Sandoval, the designated hitter. Then it's Belt and Evan Longoria, who's swinging the bat well right now. Williamson will hit seventh, and it's Crawford and Hundley to round it out.
On the hill tonight for these Angels will be their opening day starter, the right-hander Garrett Richards. Richards is 6'3", 210-pounder. He is in his 7th year at the big league level. And when you take your at-bats against him, you are going to see a fastball that can go mid to high 90s. He'll throw a lot of them, 2s and 4s. His slider really is his #1 kill pitch, and it's a good one. He also has a curveball. At times, he'll just go fastball, slider, and at times, that's all he needs. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Garrett Richards. Starting in the Angels outfield from left to right, it's going to be Upton, Trout, and Young. And the best arm is in left field with Upton. Simmons and Cozart will be on the left side of the infield. Kinsler and Marte will be on the right side. Rene Rivera, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And I guess if you're going to try to really get after Clayton Richards, he will throw a lot of pitches. He has not gone past 5 2/3. I mean, Garrett Richards.
Well, and you know, he's a guy that has been struggling with his command. You saw the stats on him, and the one big blemish that he has, in 20 innings pitched, he's got 15 walks. I mean, he's only allowed 13 hits, and he's got more strikeouts than innings pitched. So he's got great stuff. He just hasn't been locked in yet. And because of that, he's had some high pitch innings, which has run his pitch count total, which is why he hasn't gone into the 6th. But this guy has the type of stuff where you kind of half expect that he could throw a no-hitter anytime out there.
So here's the first pitch of the ball game, and it's up high. So we get started at 6:08. Panik at 273. Joe West is not going to give you that high strike. Already Garrett Richards is unhappy.
Well, Joe West's a low ball guy. He's always been a low ball guy. And the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to get in his bad side early. Doug Eddings, Marty Foster, Mark Ripperger are the other umpires in this crew.
And a strike. It's 2-1. Richards thinking, well, what was that difference than the other ones?
It was right there. Joe West in his 40th year of umpiring at the big league level.
Panik high and foul down the left field line and out of play. It's 2-2. Joe yesterday hit second in the lineup and went 0 for 4. Gregor Blanco and then Andrew McCutcheon. Giants won last night 8-1. And this is lifted out into left center field, but Trout got a good jump on it and he makes the catch. And that's how this game gets started. And here's Blanco. Blanco did not play in the game yesterday. But a nice year for him so far. 370 with 1 RBI. And a called strike. only hitter in this lineup that has had any history against Richards is Longoria. And the first breaking ball is high. 1 ball and 1 strike, and Longoria is 1 for 11. Now the Angels, on the other hand, have seen a lot of Derek Holland. Blanco gets the fastball and fouls it back.
Heard game time temperature at 80 degrees, and batting practice today was home run derby fest from both clubs. And there is carried from foul line to foul line. Absolutely zero wind right now. Perfect night for baseball.
And a good take to make it 2-2. The Angels have lost 4 straight, but they got off to such a great start that it really still makes it look like their record's very good, and it is. They're 13-7.
Well, it's how they are winning it when they were 13-3 before the slide.
Rolled. This will be to the shortstop, Simmons.
Time now for our Mercedes pivotal play. Last night, Andrew McCutchen with the 2-strike count off of Andrew Heaney hit a 3-run shot. Giants would go on to score 6 times in that 5th inning, and that was the difference of the game.
His 3rd of the year. He's got 11 RBIs. But so you're telling me that they pummeled people? The Angels, you're telling me that they were beating them up pretty strong?
Well, their offense was just what was carrying them. They were leading the world in offense, literally, well, at least in North America. But these last 4 days, they have really hit on the skids with the bats.
Half swing, 0-2.
Mike Scioscia, the skipper. They have a very well-balanced club. His 19th year as manager of the Angels.
Down the right field line, hit pretty well. Young is on the move, and it's a foul ball, not by much.
Doug Eddings, the first base umpire, making the call. Jose Aguasillo, the first base coach for the Giants, I mean, he gave the fair sign on it.
Yep, they're going to look at it, or they're going to have Sean Dunston take a look at it.
No, foul ball.
Good call.
Good call. Bruce Bochy was reacting to the reaction of Jose Aguasillo.
Pulled foul. Richards tried to get in on the hands of McCutchen. Greg Robinson used to say, if they're over 35, pitch them in.
You couldn't pitch him in when he was 35.
He said, the exception is me. And that'll end the inning. So, Derek Holland's coming out. It's 0-0. It'll be Kinsler and then Trout. Last night he hit his 7th home run of the season for the only run for the Angels. Then Upton, Pujols, and Cozart. Andrelton Simmons is hitting 6th, and it's Marte Young and Rene Rivera will hit 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the left-handed veteran Derek Holland. Holland, 6'2", 215-pounder. He's 31 years of age. A 9-year veteran at the big league level. This is what he's done at 3 starts. 0-2 with a 4.60 ERA. 16 strikeouts in 15 2/3 and just 17 base runners. I mean, he did get a lot of support. This is what he's going to come at you with. A fastball in the low 90s. He will 2 and 4 seam. Slider, curveball, and changeup. And we've been especially impressed with his changeup. And he will throw anything at any time. Lifetime against these Angels, 10-8.
He's about to face an old teammate. And Ian Kinsler, who's hitting .308. And he takes a strike. Kinsler 0 for 3 last night with a walk. Off to a nice start. Hundley gets to do the catching 2 nights in a row. Hundley caught Samardzija last night and now Derek Holland.
Well, you will say that a few times, especially if you're out on the mound, pitches that you think are strikes. Joe West's going to call his game. It can be tight.
Hundley says, I got this one, as it's way up there, and he makes the catch.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively, playing behind Holland tonight, starting their outfield from left to right. It's going to be Williamson, Blanco, and McCutcheon, best arm. Mac Williamson. Crawford, Longoria on the left side of the infield, Panic, and Bell on the right side. Nick Hundley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. Pablo Sandoval, the DH.
So here's Trout. Trout hitting .286. That's not where his strength is. It's 7 home runs, 14 runs batted in.
Had a home run last night, really impressed us. One of the quickest bats on the inside corner in all of baseball.
He's 14 for 45 against Holland. 3 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs lifetime. Now Trout's going to ask for time with Upton on deck.
Well, Holland, he knows what he wants to throw. He just hadn't gotten the sign yet. That's a curveball.
A good one, 2-2. Last night, his arms tucked in.
Yeah, I mean, from Pierce Johnson's perspective, he made a fastball, 2-seam movement at 94 on the inside corner. And the quickness to that side of the plate from Trout, it impressed everybody.
Shot into left field, a base hit. And Trout's going to go into second base with a double.
You're going to go inside. I mean, you better get it in on the hands. Take a look at this last pitch. It's down and in, and he just drops the head on it. That's our pitch cast brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
So here's Upton. Upton took an 0 for 4 last night. He's hitting right at .250 with 4 home runs, 11 driven in. So for Holland is first hitter out of the stretch. And it's down low. Albert Pujols on deck. Panic trying to keep Trout close. Foul back. There's a powerful swing. We talked yesterday about Pujols as he's getting closer to 3,000 hits. Really just a part of this really strong lineup. There's the big sign at the top of the stadium in right center field. Holland will chase back Trout.
I passed some bad information last night. I said there's only one other guy who's ever had 3,000 hits and 600 home runs, and I failed to mention Willie Mays and Hank Aaron. Alex Rodriguez was the guy I said was the only other guy, but still, when Pujols does it, and he's going to do it, just 4 guys in that club.
It's a pretty impressive club.
That's a golf foursome I'd like to play with. So thanks to the guys in the truck for keeping me honest.
It's usually the other way around. There's a swing. Ain't gonna miss. Upton, 3 hits and 9 at bats in his career against Holland. Very high. We were talking about the Angels' 13-7 record. They're 9-1 on the road.
Well, that's impressive at any point in the year, but I think it's especially impressive early in the season when the team doesn't have chemistry yet. You're trying to find it.
Right down the middle of the plate. Strike 3 call.
Well, it just gives you an idea of what power hitters will do. They'll guess 2 strikes. I think this generation guesses more in 2-strike counts than anyone I've ever seen, simply because they have so much information. And they'll sit on a speed, they'll sit on the side of the plate, and with 2 strikes, it doesn't slow them down. They guess a lot.
Pujols, 1 for 4 last night. He does have some extra base hit ownage on Holland, and he almost hit him on the back foot. He's 11 for 41 with 3 doubles and 4 home runs in his career against Holland.
That's some ownage.
That is extra base ownage.
We've noticed from Derek Hall in his previous 3 starts is he warms up slow. I mean, he has some vulnerability in that first inning. Once he finds his rhythm, like a lot of pitchers, I mean, he settles in.
Right now trying to get on the same page with Hundley. And it's in tight. Maybe low.
Well, low to Joe West, and that's all that matters tonight.
That's a fact.
Cowboy Joe. Joe West, I mean, he can frustrate you a little bit if you're pitching with it because it can be a tight zone. He doesn't have any problem ringing guys up. I think he looks forward to it. I always thought I had a bigger strike zone with Joe West when I was pitching at home than when I was on the road. But he will control a game, and it's always been one of his strengths. He's one of the best at doing that.
And a strike. Well, when we run into him, we'll ask him if that's true.
Oh, and he'll tell you.
We'll say, did you try to screw Kruko on the road as opposed to at home?
And he'll just laugh. 40 years. I tip my cap to that.
Hit out into center field for Blanco. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a double, one left. Sandoval, Belt, Longoria coming up.
Park Monday the 23rd through Wednesday the 25th, and dynamic deal ticket offers are available. And they start as low as $8. So take advantage of it. Call sfgiants.com/dynamic deals.
Here's Sandoval. Pablo getting in the lineup. Buster Posey, maybe 45 minutes or so before the game. Got scratched, and here's Sandoval, and his spot is a designated hitter. Hitting at 190, and he takes a strike.
Could have been a bit low.
Belt on deck. Sandoval takes a healthy rip. 0-2.
That's the kind of thing with Joe West. You kind of feel like, you know, sometimes you don't get it, but sometimes you get it. So, you know, one you think may be a strike, you don't get. Other times one you may think may be a ball and you get. So it kind of evens out.
And a bit high. Foul back.
You know what's great is when you're an infielder, you come out of a series with the Arizona Diamondbacks in Arizona, you're going to get used to, I guess, after 3 days of playing on a fast infield, you're going to get used to the quickness of that infield. Well, you watch the Giants infielders take ground balls here in this field today and yesterday. They really enjoy this infield.
Yeah. Tap foul again.
Not too fast, not too slow. Dirt's good. No complaints.
Plus it looks good.
Plus it looks good.
Well, Sandoval took that pretty confident that that was a ball.
You know, I don't know if I'd take it again.
And the ball squirts away, and the Giants are going to have a base runner. X1 Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants. Into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. First base runner for the Giants, and here's Belt. Belt at 255 with 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in. And this one goes to the backstop.
Wow, that's 2 free gifts of 90 feet. Wild pitch of the strikeout, and really the velocity that Richards throws. If you're a catcher, you're sitting low in the zone thinking, okay, this guy's going to hit, and all of a sudden he airmails you. I think Rene Rivera did well just to get a glove on it. He said that Garrett Richards, I mean, he could get a wild hair up his nose, especially with that fastball.
So Belt. Now stands in with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. Belt high strike. Evan Longoria on deck. Giants with a couple of gifts. And the pitch to Belt.
Belt really started to find his swing in the Arizona series, especially with the long ball.
Well, this guy's getting after you a little bit more than your normal right-hander. It's 2-2. So you got to start it a little early. And hey, look, it doesn't change. Get him in, get him over.
Avoid the strikeout. At the very least, have a productive out.
High drive, right center field. It is off the wall and out of here. All of this is for nothing. It's a home run. So, Angel fans, you can sit down.
Well, they're all worked up. Yes. Joe West had called him safe. Well, Joe West knew there was a home run.
Well, Trout is saying no. The Angels obviously are going to take a look at it.
All it has to do is clear the yellow line. This is the first year they've done this. And it hit the top of the wall, so I can see what Trout was looking for, but Giants bench says, oh, that's a home run, no problem. It used to be you had to hit it over the scoreboard there in right field. They lowered the wall 8 feet. It had been previously 18 feet, so Brandon Belt taking advantage of it. Stays hot with the long ball.
Here's Longoria. He hit some home runs that have been very high.
One more look as it hits right in the pocket. And I mean, Trout's going to see this replay and he's going to be upset by it.
I mean, that was a sweet spot, wasn't it?
Pretty close to it. It would have been a brilliant catch. And we've seen him make that or even ones that were harder going over the wall.
Hey, a week ago, he catches it.
So, Brandon Belt goes past Chili Davis on the San Francisco all-time home run leaders.
Goodness. Longoria hits one where I guarantee you fans did not think they were going to get a foul ball.
You know what? I'd like to see a close-up of that section to see if anybody brought their glove. Because that is the definition of an optimist. And if they did bring a glove and got the ball, I tip my cap.
Down low. No swing on the appeal. So for Belt, that's the first hit for the Giants. Remember, they come in bunches.
They come in bunches, and he could really carry a team by himself. I mean, when he gets hot, he's starting to heat up, folks.
I think Bam Bam just asked him what he hit. He said, I don't know. There's a line drive into left field, a base hit.
Another guy getting hot. Right now, it's time for our Coors Light refreshing finish. And last night, Mac Williamson stepped in his second at bat and hit a 2-run shot off Andrew Heaney. Not a hanger. Good pitch, but it's where he hit it and how he hit it that had everybody talking about it. 434 feet away into right center field. He hit that ball at 114 miles per hour. And that is the hardest hit ball of any Giant this year. And that is our Coors Light refreshing finish.
Charlie Nagy, the old Indians pitcher, is out. So here's Williamson. There's Charlie. Pitched for those great Indians teams in the 90s. Healthy fastball at the knees for a strike.
Well, one to measure, one to rake. You're talking about power on power right here.
Yep.
You're talking about a guy who's got one of the best fastballs in the American League. Is one of the strongest guys in all of the National League West.
Chokes up just a little bit. Pops him up. Shallow right field. Racing in is Young. Still racing in, and he gets there to make the catch. One out, and here's Crawford. Crawford hitting .228 with a home run. He's got a couple of RBIs. Brandon Crawford had Friday night off. Not on this Saturday night, however. And there's a healthy rip, and it's 0-1. Hundley on deck. No overshift. Swing and a miss. But the Angels on the infield are playing Crawford to pull.
Richards going after him with breaking balls.
Yeah, a guy that throws 96, hard to sit on a breaking ball.
Yeah, they want another one.
Got him.
Well, that's a 90-mile-an-hour slider with a straight down bite. That right there is the electricity that Richards has. It's an absolute perfect pitch. I mean, you're thinking fastball for the longest time, and at that velocity, I mean, how can you blame a guy? And then all of a sudden it just disappears down to the shoe tops. Third strikeout, all by way of swinging for Richards.
So here's Hundley. Hundley 2 for 3 last night with a home run. Takes the first pitch down low.
You are seeing a steady diet of hard sliders right now. And you know, it's that way. Some guys just feel like they have more command of the ball with a slider than they do a fastball. And it looks like that's the case tonight with Richards.
Up the middle, into center field, a base hit. So Hundley with a hit, and Panic's going to get a shot.
Stay hot, Nick Hundley. And that extends the inning and pushes the pitch count up. Next pitch for Richards is going to be 40. That's a lot. 2 innings.
Panik hit a fly ball to center field. So Longoria is going to have to get a good jump, and with 2 outs, you should.
Just not feeling it with that fastball. You know, you can work around it if you've got one pitch you can go to and you know you get in the strike zone with.
The 1-0 to Panik. Tap foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You think about that is you're paying attention if you're on deck or in the Giants dugout as to what he's getting over, what he can't get over. But even if you're sitting up there knowing the only pitch he can get over is a slider, it's still a 90-mile-an-hour slider with a straight down bite.
Panik, foul. That's away from the defense because Young is towards right center field. Joe's going to wait on a new bat. Here comes the bat boy.
Pretty nice play down there by the ball dude.
So Panik back in the box. One and 2. And that'll end the inning. So Brandon Belt, after Sandoval reaches on a strikeout and wild pitch, he hits his 4th home run of the year. In and out of the glove of Mike Trout. It's bye-bye baby. It's 2-0 Giants. Giants with a 2-0 lead on the Belt home run. Here's Cozart, the former Red, to lead things off. And he'll take a strike. Third baseman. All-star at short last year. Signed as a free agent to play third base. Fouls this one to our right.
You know, I mean, that's another thing, too. You have to applaud this generation of player because it is the generation of the utility player, guys that can play 3 or 4 or 5 positions. But it's also a generation where they'll ask a guy to switch positions a lot more than they did at other times.
Longoria to Belt. It's time for Lowell's whole team together. Lowest slugging percentage allowed this season in the National League. You see the Phillies are on top. The Giants are third. D-backs in front of the Giants, and behind the Giants are the Braves and the Padres. Phillies off to a nice start. Here's Andrelton Simmons, who takes a strike.
I mean, they ask guys to change position, and they don't even flinch.
Well, I mean, look, in Cozart's case, right, he's a free agent. He can choose whether he wants to do that or not. And his numbers last year offensively were as good as a lot of third basemen. And the Reds miss him.
They do. But, I mean, you were a second baseman your whole career. I mean, you played a little bit of in the outfield and winter ball and whatnot, but for the most part, you were a second baseman.
Yeah, the strength of one's arm is going to determine whether they're going to move you around a lot. You figure a shortstop can play anywhere, and he might even end up in center field just because of the strength of his arm.
Yeah, but I mean, we watched Omar Vizquel, who didn't have a strong arm. He's had a quick release.
Popped up. And another one for Hundley. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jeffrey Marte.
And there is technique in catching a pop-up. Watch Hundley. First of all, you find it, then you take your mask off, and once you find it, you flip the mask off. And you'll always see catchers turn around and face the crowd because the spin of the ball will come back to the field. Hundley, perfect technique, makes an easy play.
Plus, you got a free shot at Joe West with the mask. So Wayne hit him right in the shin guard. Come on.
I didn't know where you at, Joe. Sorry.
Here's Marte hitting .364, and he takes low.
Joe West called a couple close called strike threes against you. You know, there's your opportunity.
Wing. Catchers are no dummies. You can figure that over the course of this great game, it's been thought of. And a strike at the knees. There's that low strike.
If you try to catch that same pop-up as a catcher and you face the pitcher's mound, that becomes a tough play.
Yeah, it does.
Because the rotation of the ball is going to cause it to move away from you. Just a simple technique, but if you don't use it, it becomes a tough play.
2-2.
Just a simple thing like a pop-up. Now he'll walk into it. Now watch as he backs up a little bit. There's the movement of the ball coming back to the field.
Pitch runs in on the hands of Marte.
And ideally, you want to catch it above your head. Much easier to catch a pop-up in this ballpark tonight down here in Southern California than at any time in Northern California. Northern California pop-ups has not ever been really a great matchup unless you want pure entertainment.
Well, there's way too much personality in him. Low. Uh-oh, deep to left. And gone. And it's 2-1. That's his first of the year.
Well, and the thing about the pitch that's going to upset Derek Holland is it came in a 2-strike count. He just left one out over the plate, and for a guy like Marte who's got some power, that's not where you want to make a mistake.
Here's Chris Young. Young at 308 with a home run. He's got 3 runs batted in. Dirt. 2-0.
But home runs tonight are no surprise based on what we saw at batting practice. And Mother Nature's not helping you out with wind. Every field is live.
So Holland now would like to get back in the strike zone.
And there you see the flags. Relaxed. Straight away, outfield, slight pull with the infield.
Three and two.
Sit on the inside corner, watch the glove. Not a lot of movement with that hand, and I think that's what sold the pitch in the eye of Joe West.
Pop back and out of play. Back again. .41 pitches for Derek Holland. Foul back. Out of play. So Holland in the strike throwing mode and Young in the swing mode.
Well, when you have a 2-1 lead, you don't want to walk a guy. Put the pressure on him. Young's got plenty of power. Oh, that was pitch number 10. Because of the pitch count and how important it has become the game of baseball, pitching coaches and managers, they hate these matchups.
Absolutely. I'll say this about Chris Young, he's making a lot of folks happy right behind home plate.
Oh yeah, he's got a fan club tonight. Handing out souvenirs with every swing.
And he got him to end the inning. 2-1.
History and fans get to pick the most memorable tournament style. To vote for tonight's matchup, go to NBCSportsBayArea.com or on Twitter at NBCSGiants. Winner of this round will be announced tonight on Giants Postgame Live. Vote for your favorite moment between the three-time winner already, Cody Ross's 2-home run night against Phillies' Roy Halladay in Game 1 of the 2010 NLCS, or the Major League Baseball first West Coast game, April 15, 1958, when the Giants beat the Dodgers 8-0 at Seal Stadium, and Darryl Spencer and Orlando Cepeda homered for the Giants.
Here's Blanco. Blanco bounced out to Simmons at short in the first. And here he looks at a strike. McCutchen. And then Sandoval. 2-1. Giants with 3 hits in the game, the Angels with 2. Swinging a foul into the glove of Rivera. 2-2.
Richards continues to ride that slider. You know you've got a good breaking ball when you can throw it up in the strike zone and guys are still getting swing throughs, not catching it.
So this will be the payoff to Blanco. Got him.
Slider.
Mike was talking about the first game in 1958. Of course, it was at Seal Stadium. Right off a 101. And our great fans in San Francisco could not wait. On that day, they had Major League Baseball come to their town.
Bill Rigney and Walter Alston, the skippers. Ruben Gomez taking on Don Drysdale, and Gomez shut him out 8-0.
Up and in, it's 2-0, and obviously they were just in the process of building Candlestick as they played at Seal Stadium. Three and 0.
Well, that was the plan when the Giants and the Dodgers came west. I mean, they just assumed that the old ballparks that were existing for the Giants, it was Seal Stadium. For the Dodgers, it was Wrigley Field in Los Angeles.
And that's a 4-pitch walk.
Just does not have the same feel with the fastball as he does with the slider.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval struck out, reached on a wild pitch, and then was on base when Bell hit the home run. So McCutchen, who will go, watches Sandoval take a strike. And a check on McCutchen. McCutchen's got 3 steals on the year. He hasn't been thrown out. That doesn't mean that he's going to go, but he showed sign that he's going to run a little bit more than what we thought. Up high. 2 balls and a strike. Nice crowd, everybody settling in. There were some empty seats at the start of this game, but not now. The pitch. And tight. So it's 2 balls and a strike. McCutchen that time looked like he thought about going, but wasn't happy with his jump. And on the breaking ball, Sandoval fouls it back. It's 2-2.
Richards, I mean, he's going to give a catcher a good chance. And Rene Rivera, the catcher for the Angels, I mean, he's got a really good arm. Both Rivera and Maldonado, both the catchers for the Angels, have exceptional arms. So if you steal a base here against Richards' quick delivery and the arm of Rivera, you've earned it. The norm is if you combine 1.25 seconds for the pitcher's unload time and 2 seconds, which is average for a catcher to catch the ball and get the ball to second base.
Sandoval stays alive.
You add those together, and for the base stealer, you've got to get to second base within 3.25 seconds.
Marte holding on McCutchen. Off the line at third is Cozart.
When you start talking about the numbers, you analyze unload time for pitchers and catchers. Every 1/10 of a second is 3 feet when the guy's going from first to second. So you can imagine, I mean, if you're 2/10 of a second slow, you're giving that base runner 6 feet. It's a big advantage.
McCutchen goes. Sandoval rolls it foul, so we'll reset and do it again. Looks like Pablo's choking up just a little bit.
Well, one thing you're looking at the success that Richards has had with that slider and the confidence he has to throw it 2-0, 3-2. So getting short against a guy with his type of stuff, especially when he has a good slider going, that's not a bad idea.
McCutcheon goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second is a double play. Bottom of the third coming up.
Is brought to you by the International Champions Cup. Earthquakes versus Manchester United, July 22nd, Levi Stadium.
A 2-1 lead for the Giants. And on the ground on the first pitch, Rivera thrown out by Longoria, a gift.
One pitch out.
John Miller's on assignment. Dave Fleming will be in to join Mike in innings 4, 5, and 6. I'll join Darren Chan over on the radio side. Darren Chan was here for 16 years as the Angels radio producer. And when Lee Jones retired, we were lucky enough to scoop him up.
Well, he's fantastic.
He's from San Francisco. Hit to center field. Kinsler, did he get enough of it? No! Blanco runs it down. A gift.
We want to wish Lee Jones, who's watching, our very best as he's recovering from surgery.
Yeah, what do you have, a hip replacement?
Is it a hip or knee?
Knee, something.
It could have been one of like 9 things.
I think he got the left side done.
He was falling apart. We miss you, Lee J.
Yeah, we do.
He and Hank Greenwald were an unbelievable team. Those two guys together in the radio booth for a long time.
Yep, we had a few laughs, didn't we?
Yep.
Here's Trout, who doubled in the first inning here. He takes a strike. High and deep into left center field. This game is tied. Home run number 8 for Mr. Trout. And it's 4th lifetime home run off of Derek Holland.
If there's a quicker bat head to the ball in this great game, I want to see it because I just don't think there is. I mean, a breaking ball, just explosive, and he makes it look easy. Not fooled at all. That back leg was absolutely timed with a curveball.
So it looked like it was going to be a really nice, easy inning. Here's Upton, who had a long at bat, and he struck out looking.
I mean, that is just short to the point. The ball just jumps off his bat. Well, many believe that he is the best player in the game.
Swing and a miss. It's no balls and one strike. Well, hit him with nobody on base.
Yeah. 16 hits, 4 homers, 4 doubles, triple. All right, let's get the specifics on this. 106 miles per hour, 415 feet. That was a high fly ball, 31 degrees. That's a high fly. Big fly.
2-2. Marte and Trout with home runs. Belt, a home run for the Giants. Full count. 55 pitches here in the third.
A lot of work for Holland. Garrett Richards has more pitches thrown.
And another foul back.
Just tell by the pitch count here in the third inning, it's definitely going to be a game where you're going to see a lot of bullpen.
Yeah. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Dave Fleming will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. It's a 2-2 ball game.
The 29th, and on the 27th, first 20,000 fans will receive a 60th anniversary Beat LA 2 flaps down hat presented by River Rock Casino. Go to sfgiants.com and check it out. We are going to the top of the 3rd inning. It's all tied up, 2 apiece. And here to tell you all about it, my pal Dave Fleming.
Hi, Mike. Definitely less than a month. Like now, less than a week, the Dodgers will be at our home ballpark.
Kind of a quirk of the 2018 schedule. The first 28 games, you see the Dodgers 10 times. But hey, you got to play them.
You're going to play them sometime. Look who's hot. Brandon Belt with the power swing. 2-run homer his first time up. Got under this one. Skies it out there to left center. Who's going to take it? It'll be the superstar. How good is he?
He's a superstar.
Man. Well, I think one thing, Dave Fleming, Mike Krukow here in Anaheim, one thing about these interleague games and coming here to Anaheim is a chance to see Trout. We don't see him in person very often. Isn't that supposed to be kind of the point of interleague play?
Exactly the point. And let fans from all over the country see all the players in the big leagues.
I've seen enough of him.
He's pretty fun to watch.
He is really fun. Evan Longoria, the hitter, he takes a strike.
We were talking about Mike Trout's swing, and my comment was I don't think that there's anybody in baseball that is as quick to the ball with the bat head. You talk about an abrupt, quick slash, and it's just a blink of an eye, boom, and he's on it. And the advantage of having a swing that quick is that you can see it just an instant longer.
Oh, 2 to Longoria on the ground, past the Gold Glover Andrelton Simmons. Evan Longoria is 2 for 2.
But the true test of greatness offensively in this game have been the guys that have been able to combine the ability to hit the ball with power and to be able to hit for an average. And you're watching Trout. I mean, that's what he's all about. Plus, he's a brilliant defender. The whole package.
Here's Mac Williamson. Mac, who popped out his first time up. Chance to see Garrett Richards for the second time. And he takes a strike. That slider on the outside. This is the swing you're talking about, Mike.
A little breaking ball. And that's just as quick as you could make it. That's just a compact swing.
Yeah, it's almost like he chokes off he doesn't even follow through fully. 0-2 to Mac Williamson.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of compact swings. I mean, but not ones that powerful. And that's where he separates from the herd.
He's trying to figure out where he's supposed to play. Hello?
Yeah, left, right, here, where?
Just put me anywhere, I'll go get it. 0-2. Williamson. Behind first base, Marte right along the line. That's out number 2. Well, Mike Trout's career high in home runs is 41. Last year, he missed a bunch of games. He got hurt. He was on pace to set a new career high. He's got 8 already. I'm going to just predict here in April that if he stays healthy, he'll set a new career high in home runs. I mean, 41 is a big number, but
I mean, that's Willie Mays, like, in his ability to play center and hit for average and hit for power.
Crawford takes a ball. To me, that's the comparison.
Yeah,
I
really
mean,
is.
That's who, and I know Giants fans, if you compare anybody to Willie Mays, a lot of them just sort of dismiss it out of hand. He is the modern Willie Mays. He strikes out more than Willie. The other numbers are eerily similar.
Ooh, he just missed that one. It's a good swing. He doesn't have the arm that Mays had.
No.
But what he has done, because he doesn't have the arm strength as the guys that he plays the outfield with, is he's got a very quick delivery and he has an accurate arm. So he's made an arm that is average, a better than average arm because of his quick release and his accuracy to hit his targets.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Crawford. Tie game 2-2. Garrett Richards gets called strike with the fastball, 1-2. From the beginning of Trout's career to now, take that same chunk of Willie's early career, and I mean the numbers are very similar. Slugging percentage, on base average, batting average is close. Willie had a little higher batting average. One two on the ground with a broken bat. That barrel speared into the grass. Cozart fielded it and threw him out. The Giants are retired. Pujols coming up. Giants and Angels tied at 2.
Or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Well, join us on Saturday the 28th. It's a 7:05 new game time on Saturday the 28th. First 25,000 fans will receive a Brandon Crawford Gold Glove Gnome presented by AAA to commemorate the 3rd straight Gold Glove that Crawford has received. You need tickets? Go to sfgiants.com.
Yeah, so that's 1 week from tonight, and that is the doubleheader day, the makeup game from April 6th. If you had tickets to that April 6th game, those are good for the 105 game a week from today. And then the regularly scheduled game is now 7:05 on Saturday the 28th. That's the one with the Crawford Gold Glove Gnome giveaway. Just to kind of keep it straight. And then Sunday's pushed back by an hour, so 2:05. First pitch time on Sunday. Pujols, strike 2 swinging.
Good curveball.
He's thrown some good curves in this game.
I always thought that Pujols had the ideal setup. He sits with a high back shoulder, knees between his feet. Very flat swing.
Got him swinging.
Come back, another breaking ball. Just moved it a little more towards the inside corner, towards his back foot. For a strikeout for Derek Holland.
Well, other than Mike Trout, Holland's pitched very well here tonight. Trout's got him for a double and a homer.
Yes, he has. I mean, he really has taken pretty good stuff out to every start.
I agree. He's doing a really nice job as a basically a fill-in starter. He'll take that on 1 pitch. Cozart is out number 2.
But you know, if you're in the rotation, you have to feel like it's your job to lose. The only disappointment he's had is his last outing. He had a 2-run lead in the 5th inning, and he couldn't get out of the inning. But he's showing up with a fastball that's been consistently in the low 90s. 2 types of movement: a curveball, a slider, a changeup that we just think is one of the better ones in the Giants team.
I haven't seen him throw as many of those tonight.
You know, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about specialty pitches, curveball, slider, changeup, you really don't know what is going to show up. Rare that you have all 4 of them working at the start of a game. And you don't know which one's going to be your best one that particular night. You kind of have to go into it with an open mind, just kind of adjust as to what's working.
That curveball is on the outside, strike 2.
Definitely the best curveball that he's had of all of his previous starts. Tonight's he's got a good one going.
So he's ahead of Simmons 0-2, 2 down, nobody on. And him way out in front. Still 0-2.
The curveball and slider, they can show up or be weird. Changeup and a fastball are the 2 things that you always basically have. And if you can pitch with a fastball and have good command on both sides of the plate, I mean, you can get by on just those 2 pitches. We watched Jason Schmidt do it beautifully for a long time.
Simmons slashes at it and hit it fair. Just inside the bag, down the line. McCutcheon was playing off the line, so he had a long way to go to get it. That's a 2-out double. Well, go figure. Andrelton Simmons was ahead 3-1. His first at bat popped out. He's behind 0-2 this at bat, and he hits a double.
Well, I mean, a little cut fastball on the outside corner, and that's not a hanger either. But in a protective mode, you know, you should go with the location. And that type of a bat right there will get a hitting instructor excited.
He has become a much better hitter, Andrelton Simmons. He's not just a defensive wizard anymore. He's a good all-around player.
He's a smart player. You know, he's learned how to think as a hitter at the big league level.
So 2 outs, runner in scoring position for Marte, who hit the home run in his first at bat. Giants led this game 2-0. This is a chance for the Angels to take their first lead of the night. We'll see if Hundley can get to this one. He's got plenty of room, and he does. Falling backwards. He's had an adventure tonight. That's the 3rd one of those he's caught. Maybe a little smile for Joe West as he jogs off the field. Nick Hundley hanging on. And we are through 4, 2-2. Giants catcher playing well tonight again. On to the 5th we go in Anaheim. Every year, 6th annual Metallica night, Monday, April 23rd. That's a couple days from now. This Monday, special event package, the co-branded snapback hat that you can see there, and a ticket to the Giants and the powerful Washington Nationals. sfgiants.com/special events, the place to go. The band will be there, right? Sing the national anthem, perform.
Well, they may not sing it.
Play it. Usually it's an instrumental version.
It's a good one, too.
It's a really good one.
They absolutely kill it.
So check it out, sfgiants.com/special events. Nick Hundley singled his first time up. He's having a great series here in Anaheim. He's ahead in the count 2-0 against Garrett Richards. Check swing foul. Hundley didn't mean to.
Those are frustrating strikes, especially when you have a 2-0 count. All of a sudden you check a swing, hits the bat, now it's 2-1. On a beautiful night here in Anaheim.
It really is. You can imagine over Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, sun setting underneath the Pacific Ocean. 2-1 is hit foul by Hundley. Nationals will bring Bryce Harper to town on Monday for 3 games. They're in LA, of course, playing right now as we speak up the freeway. Bryce Harper, Mike Trout just tied him for the major league lead, 8 home runs. Those are the 2 with 8 in the big leagues. That's kind of cool. Two and 2 to Hundley, and he stays alive.
Talk about Richards got 2 types of fastballs, a 2-seam fastball, which he'll have movement that runs into a right-handed hitter away from a lefty, and then a cut fastball. And he hasn't thrown any 2-seamers. It's been all cut fastballs and sliders. And all his movement's going away from righties.
Another 2-2. Tried a slow curveball. He hasn't thrown many of those. Missed badly with it.
You can see that look of frustration in Richards' eyes. I mean, guys with good curveballs, I mean, they can be like basketball shooters that have cold nights. They keep throwing them. But it's not a pitch you can count on 3-2. Breaking ball he goes to, that slider. I mean, that's been his bread and butter all night long.
That's the pitch he feels most comfortable with.
80 pitches into the night for Richards.
The bullpen's going to stir for the Angels. I don't think Garrett Richards is going to be in this game a whole lot longer. Still nobody out in the 5th.
He's had a lot of stress pitches. After the first inning, the Giants have had runners on base every inning.
3 and 2. He got Hundley to chase. That was ball 4, and you can see Hundley's frustration. Out number 1.
Well, Warriors Playoff Central is tomorrow, 11 a.m. right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. Stick with the team you've watched all season long. Coverage begins with a special edition of Warriors Outsiders. Then it's Warriors Playoff Central before and after the game on Sunday. Home of the authentic Warriors fan is right here, NBC Bay Area. Game 4, Warriors Spurs. We wish them the best.
Are they going to finish him off tomorrow?
I hope so.
Ground ball from Panic. And that'll do it. Marte takes it to the bag himself. For Panic, 2 down. With Blanco coming up. A little smile from Richards as he got out of the way. So 2 outs for Blanco. We mentioned that Dodger game, Dodgers Nationals up in LA at Dodger Stadium, 1-0 in the 6th inning there. That's Strasburg against Ryu, both guys pitching well. Jock Peterson hit a home run. Strike 1 to Gregor. So I assume that means we will not see Strasburg. I guess Scherzer we'll see on Wednesday, the day game, finale of the series, but no Strasburg. Hard to miss them both. Giants have actually had some success against Max Scherzer. Last year I think they did.
They did 2012.
They certainly did in 2012 in the World Series. They've seen him with Arizona, with the Tigers in the World Series, and now with the Nats. Blanco, line drive base hit right through the hole on the left side. That's Blanco's first hit of the night. A 2-out single. That gives Andrew McCutchen and his power a chance to hit with somebody on base. Bruce Bochy is very happy with Gregor Blanco these days. Blanco has done something positive every time the Giants have given him a shot.
Well, I like the way he's using the opposite field. You know, that's the one thing about this game, that, you know, you have your stats, but you're not the same player every year. You're a different player. And you learn new things, you apply new things. You're not the same person physically as you age, but your brain gets better. Playing a lot of big league baseball, I mean, you learn the game, you learn what your weaknesses are, you try to eliminate them, turn them into a strength. You see how guys are, when they show up to the big leagues, what type of pitcher they are. Remember Tim Lincecum, Matt Cain, they were two-pitch guys. And by the time they were out of baseball, I mean, they learned their craft. I mean, Cain, he had 6 things he could do with the ball consistently. Throw him in a 3-2 count. Lincecum had 4 things he could do. And hitters are the same way. I've seen guys come in the league dead fastball hitters. By the time they left the league, they were dead breaking ball hitters. Completely opposite of what they were when they showed up.
Well, the point for Blanco last year, he was released. I mean, I think there were some who thought maybe his big league career was coming to an end. He looks like he's got a lot to offer to the Giants in 2018. There's a strike to McCutchen. What did he go back to in a 2-0 count?
Yeah, 2-0 slider.
That's what he does. I tell you what, Andrew has seen a lot of pitches now tonight from Garrett Richards, so he should have a pretty good idea of the stuff of Richards.
It was that way with me. I mean, I always felt with my slider, I had better command of that than I did the fastball. So I threw a lot of them 3-2. And it can be an easier pitch to control.
McCutchen, who hit a 3-run homer last night in a tie game here in the 5th inning, takes a strike here. That slider right on the inside. You pitch him in, you better be careful. He may not quite be Mike Trout, but he's got a quick bat on the inside corner.
He sure does.
They got him to foul tip one right into the mitt. That slider strikes him out for round number 3. 1 hit, 1 left, 2-2, halfway through 5. Giants tied at 2. Derek Holland, Giants starter tonight against the 8-9 one-hitters Chris Young and Rene Rivera. And Ian Kinsler coming up. Young takes strike 1. He saw 12 pitches from Derek Holland his first at bat and ultimately struck out looking. He was not real thrilled with Joe West at the end of that long at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike to count this time to Young. Nobody's throwing in the Giants bullpen. There is some stirring, some stretching. So we'll see. Maybe with this next pitch, number 70 for Holland. Good foul by Young. If he gets into any trouble here in this inning, could be that we'll see somebody start to throw.
It's great to watch bullpens this time of night. You see the guys who are the long and middle relievers start to stretch out. I mean, in some bullpens, looks like a hot yoga class going on out there.
It really does. Remember George Contos had a stretching routine. We love George for all the years he was with the Giants. Young strikes out swinging for out number 1.
The strikeout for Derek Holland.
Got a little yoga going on out there at the moment.
But you know, I mean, a lot of it's necessary because you obviously have to get loose, but a lot of it's superstition too. Guys will go through their routine and they do not want to deviate from the routine.
That's not the yoga. There's a strike to Rivera. Why is routine such an important part for a pitcher, for a reliever?
Superstition. There's no sport on the planet that is as superstitious as baseball because it's an everyday sport. I mean, guys it'll affect what they wear. It'll affect how they travel to the ballpark, what route they take, what car they drive. And that's just the beginning. What way you come, what gate you walk in to get to the ballpark. I mean, how you get undressed, how you get dressed, and then you start your routine. What you eat. I mean, it's unbelievable.
That's strike 3 called. Strikeout number 6 for Derek Holland.
And he just threw it right through him. Easy call for Joe West.
I can't understand Rene Rivera turning around to argue that call. Oh, that was not even borderline. So here's Kinsler, who was 0 for 2 last time up, lined out to center field. Hit the ball hard.
Change up right there. I mean, absolute perfection with location. And this is what we've seen from Holland. I mean, he doesn't always start out with a feel of all 4 pitches, but sooner or later, I mean, he gets into a good rhythm.
That's a pop-up. Holland's directing traffic and now getting out of the way. It'll be Evan Longoria. And that's a nice 1-2-3 inning for the Giants lefty. We'll go to the 6th. Sandoval and Belt coming up 2-2. Brought to you by T-Mobile. We referenced this yesterday. This was a big deal back in 1997. JT Stone was his first year with the Giants after all the years with the Angels, and JT came back here to Anaheim on June 15th off Jason Dixon, a 2-run homer, impressed his new teammate Barry Bonds. JT, a beloved Angel.
Well, I remember that day because they were getting on JT saying, you know what, we expect you to put a few more people in the seats out here.
Where were all the JT Snow fans in the bleachers?
They weren't right field.
Pablo leading off here in the 6th against Richards, the starter, who's still in. And actually, he pitches through 5. JT, who grew up in Southern California. His dad was a great athlete here in the greater LA area. And then he was a great Angel as a young player.
He was popular in every franchise that he played for. One of the most popular Giants players of all time.
Seriously. Jim Johnson getting loose.
I don't know if Mike Scioscia is going to let Richards get back in the stretch because of the pitch counting. We're at 93 right now. Maybe wrong. But it still is April.
Got a guy who's missed most of the last 2 years with injury. Blew that one by Pablo. You got the guy who hit the home run, Brandon Belt, on deck. Two. Struck him out for the 3rd time.
You know, all spring, all April, Pablo Sandoval's had a good swing going. He hasn't looked as bad against anybody all year, and that's how good Richards has been with him tonight. There's the hat trick you're talking about.
So 1 out, and Belt gets another shot at Richards. Belt's 2-run homer put the Giants ahead 2-0 back in the 2nd inning. Now we're here in the 6th. And it's 2-2. Belt takes a strike right on the outside corner. You know, Bruce Bochy told us it was that day 1 in Arizona when Belt came out to do some early work before batting practice on Tuesday before the game. Made just a couple tiny little mechanical tweaks, and Bochy, I mean, that was before this home run barrage started, said, hey, you know what, I like the change he made. He had a really great batting practice. I think he's going to have some nice swings.
He called it.
And he's hit home runs in 3 straight games now. Good take, 2-1.
I mean, you know, he's been around this game as long as Bruce Bochy. And he was impressed with all the extra work that Belt had put in. So when you see that as a manager, I mean, you start rooting for the guy. Not that he doesn't root for him every day anyway, but Belt has absolutely proven the skipper right.
2-1, kind of tied him up. It's 2-2. All right, now leads the Giants with the 4 home runs. Strike 3 called. It's 3 strikeouts in a row for Richards.
Now this is strikeout number 10. Breakable just has been electric and has had corner command with it all night long. As I mentioned, 10 strikeouts. The most that Richards has ever had is 11, and he's done that 3 times in his career.
The Giants, as an offense, they have been striking out a lot more than we're used to seeing early in the season. Here's Longoria. He's got a nice swing going. He takes that slider for a strike.
Yeah, he started this road trip hitting 132. And he's moved it up to 254.
Fouls that one back out of play. the Southern California native, Evan Longoria.
Yeah, grew up not too far from this ballpark. Downey.
And this is the team that he rooted for down here.
Yep.
He made that very clear to everybody when he first signed with the Giants. I was not a Dodgers fan. I was an Angels fan.
At the Long Beach State. Again, real close to this stadium.
Another strikeout and another called strike 3, number 11 for Garrett Richards. We didn't know if he was going to pitch the 6th. He ends up striking out the side.
Streak for a chance at $5.6 million. Download Beat the Streak today.
5.6. Joe DiMaggio, 56-game hit streak.
I did not know that.
It took me a long time, and finally I was staring at that number, and I thought, you know what? Now I know why it's $5.6 million. I came up with that all on my own.
You made me a better person. I'm impressed.
Mike Trout has owned Derek Holland in this game, so Holland's got to be careful here. Tie game, bottom of the 6th. Trout has a double and a homer in 2 at-bats. That one is lined to left. Here comes Mac Williamson to make the catch.
Well, he had a double. There was a bullet in the first inning. In the 3rd inning, it comes up. Boom. It's a breaking ball. His 8th home run of the year. I mean, and then the 3rd at bat, he hits a bullet. I don't know what the exit velocity was on that line drive, but it was loud.
High.
So, gives you an idea just how hard it is to get hits at this level sometimes. You can hit the ball screaming 100+ mile an hour bullet. Hang with him.
OUT. Here's Justin Upton, who is 0 for 2. The guys in the truck, Jeff, Dan, looked it up. Exit velocity for Trout was about the same as his home run on that line out. And that's a good demonstration of how you hit the ball. It's not just how hard you hit the ball. The way in which you hit it determines the outcome, or has a say in the outcome. He hit that just as hard as a home run, 107 miles an hour off the bat. Hard. That is the thing about the StatCast, which is cool. I mean, I love having all that data. But we didn't need the data that time to know that he smoked it.
You could just tell by the sound.
Yes, you could. 2-2 to Upton. He hooked that one foul. Bruce Bochy and company showing a lot of faith in Derek Collins. Still nobody up, warming up in the Giants bullpen. That is a little bit low.
That's a good pitch, though. He had a 2-strike count, pitch to play with. From Upton's perspective, that's a good take.
Three and two. Upton hits a foul.
Fireworks night tonight. Big crowd on hand. I think capacity is 45,000 here.
It is close to full. It might be a sellout. It's close. Ripped foul. The Angels, now maybe part of this is the weather's been so awful in some of the other big draw American League teams early in the year. The Angels lead the American League in attendance so far. Ohtani, Trout, fun team.
Pujols.
Chase for 3,000. People are into that. That is ball four. Not by much.
Derek Holland doesn't show a lot of emotion on the mound. He showed a little there as he slapped back at the ball. He thought he had strike three. So, right there above the strike zone. And what did he do when he got the ball? He went out and took a little lap. The difference is he's got to face Pujols now out of the stretch. A guy who's got good lifetime numbers against him.
Corey Guerin has in fact now gotten up in the Giants bullpen. There's Corey. Tie game, 1 out, bottom 6. Upton's not a big base stealer, but he's got enough speed to where you want to pay some attention to him.
Well, you're right. You just have to make him stop. You can do that. He likes to walk into a lead. If you ignore him, he could burn you.
Pujols unloaded on one, but about 100 feet foul.
I mean, that section, believe it or not, has had a couple balls hit up to it today.
They have.
That may be all they get the rest of the year.
Not a huge lead for Upton. Pujols to right center field and deep. And it is gone. A 2-run homer and the 3rd home run of the night for the Angels. Hit number 2,992 for Albert Pujols. It's 4-2 Angels.
Well, that is the applause of admiration. Not only does he give his team a 2-run lead, he adds to his Hall of Fame career. Just 8 hits shy of 3,000 now. And that one's impressive. High fastball, just goes to the location as he's done his whole career.
It's not just a sticker out there that you peel off. It takes a little work to change the number.
It takes 2 guys.
That was a booming home run. His 4th of the year, up over that old home run wall. And that one hurts. The Giants now trail heading into the late innings. That one lined to left. Williamson will make the running catch. Good play, Mac Williamson. 2 down.
every ball that's been hit this inning has been on the button. As Holland gets closer and closer to that century mark, this will be his last inning.
So here's Simmons with 2 down and nobody on. That borderline called ball 4 to Justin Upton also makes that home run hurt a little more. Two and 0. Pujols, you mentioned the numbers. He's got 5 career home runs now against Derek Holland.
Well, I can't get him on him for that. I got guys that have at least that many against me. Impressive in that it's to the opposite way. This has always been the hot part of the yard, but that doesn't take anything away from that at bat. Just a great at bat. Hall of Fame.
Simmons to left. Can Williamson get to this one? And somehow he fought the lights and made the catch. He lost it for a minute. That was an adventure for Mac Williamson in left field, but ultimately a job well done.
Well, you don't have to look pretty doing it. It's tough to catch it when you can't see it. Angels take the lead. Is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For the Giants, trail this one after 6, 2 runs and 5 hits. No errors. The Angels 4 runs on 5 hits. And for Derek Holland, 100 pitches on the night. And the big blow came off the bat of Mike Trout, who has a double and a home run, and a 2-run shot from Albert Pujols. And that is our Toyota game summary.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. It's Jim Johnson.
And that's Dwayne Kuiper back to give you some play-by-play. Johnson, a big sinker baller. Throws it up there low to mid-90s. So welcome back, partner.
Thank you. High fly ball to left. Upton back. Upton in front of the wall, and he makes the catch. Big Mac's going to say, I just missed that one. And I believe he did.
Yeah, that's the I just missed it look.
Here's Crawford.
Yep, just missed it.
Crawford looks at a strike. He's 0 for 2.
Johnson's a big guy. He's 6'6", 250.
He's bouncing around lately, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Rolled on the ground, foul.
10-year veteran. Johnson started out with Baltimore, was just an electric sinker baller. Had a 51 save one year, a 50 save the next year. Then he went over to Oakland, had some problems. Wound up with Detroit, then Atlanta, then the Dodgers, then back to Atlanta, and now with the Angels. For his career, he's got 176 saves. But he's always been a guy that can put the ball on the ground.
Got him. Crawford 0 for 3, and here's Hummer.
See the left-hander, Jose Alvarez, in the bullpen for the Angels.
Hundley on a check swing, 1 ball and no strikes. Giants trying to get something going with 2 outs. Panic is on deck. It's a 4-2 lead. There's a called strike. Hundley out of play. Hundley trying to get on for Joe Panic. And that's in the dirt. And Hundley will be tagged, and that'll end the inning. Giants have struck out 12 times in this game.
Ford dealers, and Garrett Richards, well, he had 11 smart plays, matched his career high, 4th time that he has struck out at 11 in a game, and his slider tonight was as good a slider as we've seen all year. It was good, and it accounted for a lot of swing and miss. And that's our smart plays, brought to you by the Northern California Ford dealers.
Giants have seen some great pitching. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy is Corey Guerin. 8th game that he comes into. 9 strikeouts in 6 innings. He's allowed 11 base runners from the high sidearm. Corey Guerin, who could run it up there low 90s with that low release slider and a changeup.
It'll be Luis Valbuena who's going to hit. Valbuena started last night, and he went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So Guerin to Valbuena, who's got some power. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's going to be a good pitch for him. It's a changeup, and I don't think it's been hit. He's known for his fastball. It's from his delivery. It's going to give you some sink and breaking ball. But that changeup is a third look for him. It could be really good. Because once you get that changeup established in the hitter's mind, that fastball looks faster.
I mean, it's a hard pitch to hit anyway. And a bunt. And it's foul. So Valbuena trying to do what Belt does from time to time.
Well, the Giants kind of gave it to him.
So 3-2 now to Valbuena. Overshift is on. And the payoff. He got him.
Payoff pitch. Changeup. Got 2 strikes in that at bat with it. Take a look at the Xfinity fast pitch. It's powered by Xfinity high-speed internet, and you can see the reach with Valbuena. Just can't stay back.
See, now that's something the commissioner should look at.
What's that?
No 3-2 changeups.
Yeah, well, the commissioner, he has said a couple things that have raised an eyebrow.
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there.
Like limiting the number of pitchers you can use in an inning.
Yeah, I mean,
limiting the distance you can move your shift over.
I'm saying no 3-2 changeups. It would change the game.
Well, yeah.
All right, just kidding. Popped up. Belt did the smart thing. Rather than trip over the bag, he kind of felt like it was close. So as a really smart baby giraffe, he avoided it.
Go over. You're looking up in the air at the pop-up, so it's not like you can see the bag. And he can't sneak up on it with those size 15s he's got on.
Yeah, you always have to think about that bag because you don't want to make the all-time MLB blooper reel. Rivera takes a call strike. Check swing. No swing. Giants in the top of the 8th inning. They'll have the top of the order. So keeping it at this deficit would be important. We have a couple of left-handed hitters coming up. So what does that mean? I mean the Angels have a left-handed pitcher up in their bullpen? Yes, they do.
Well, they only have one in their bullpen. So Jose Alvarez would be that guy.
This is hit off the end of the bat, so Williamson's going to get there, and that'll end the inning. Giants trail by 2. Top of the order coming up.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
It's a 4-2 lead for the Angels. Jose Alvarez is the new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy, oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
And what a great start Alvarez has had to this season. 11 strikeouts in 9 1/3 with 9 base runners allowed. No ERA, and he has just been eating up lefties big time. Hit 091 against him. Gives you an idea what type of stuff he has. Good fastball, curveball, slider.
Panic is 0 for 3, and here he takes a strike.
And you will see low to mid 90s with the velocity from Alvarez.
Down low, Giants will take a base runner any way they can. Gregor Blanco on deck, and then it's McCutchen. High and deep into right center field. Trout says he's got it, and he does. 1 out. And here's Austin Jackson. Rivera's going to go out. And now Socha is going to come out, and they're going to make the change. So we got a pitching change. Looks like it's going to be Blake Wood who's coming in as Rivera departs. So it'll be Jackson against Blake. It's 4-2 Angels. We'll be back. Again, you can stream every NBC Sports Bay Area Giants broadcast on your desktop or mobile device. Giants game stream on the go on the NBC Sports app. So the new pitcher is Blake Wood.
Take a look at what Wood has done this year. He has been very good. 1.159 ERA, 9 strikeouts, 11 1/3. You're going to see a healthy fastball with good sink on it. It'll go low to mid-90s. Got a hard slider and a split. More sliders than splits.
And Jackson's going to try to get a board for McCutcheon with 1 out. And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Out of play. 0-2. Jackson went 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts in the game last night. And to play the role of a leadoff hitter. And a check swing foul.
Well, that was the split finger fastball.
Like it was biting down pretty good.
Yeah, we see the guys coming out of the Angel bullpen, and they've got some funkiness to their motion. And what's unusual about it is a lot of their motions are in the stretch. Watch the hand action of Wood as he gets himself ready, kind of rocks into it. As he's beating up Raul Rivera, the catcher. But, I mean, that's kind of what you expect if you're a catcher and you put down the split figure fastball sign. You're ahead 0-2, 1-2. Look out. Another example of the new screen.
Yeah. Saw one in the last half inning down the left field line.
I think it's a hit. People who've sat down that I've talked to, they don't mind it. They don't even see the screen. And a lot of the people I've talked to, they feel safer. I'm not sure everybody's on board, but hey, it's not going away.
2-2.
There's a screen we're talking about. As baseball mandated that every big league team had to put protective screen all the way down the line, past the dugouts. I mean, not all the way to the foul line, but it has absolutely been successful in protecting fans from hard line drives.
Got him.
Let's take a look at this pitch. Joe West on the call. And a two-seam fastball coming in at 95, taking out that back corner. He says that looks pretty good from here.
So here's McCutchen. McCutchen trying to get on now for Sandoval. And he'll take low. You get a guy that throws a lot of splits, and now with the rule that if the ball goes in the dirt, you throw out the ball. I mean, in a half inning, you could throw out 10 balls.
Yeah. Yep. That's about right. Any ball.
Another one.
That hits the dirt's out of the game.
That's 2 in a row.
You know, you've come to expect every umpire to say, throw that thing out, catchers toss it out. But when on occasion, it doesn't get thrown out, it goes back to pitcher. Some of the pitchers throw it out.
3 in a row. Throw it out. Get it out of here. It goes in that throw it out white bucket over by the ball boy. Watch, he's going to go back. And there's a black bucket and a white one. Well, the white one. Three and 0. This will not go in the dirt. 3 and 1. How about the life of a baseball? You get to think that you're going to be out there for a while. No, one pitch in the dirt, you're done.
That's a bad career.
It's a bad career.
That's your big moment as a baseball.
Oh,
guy
man.
throws it in the dirt, you're gone.
And that's worse than Moonlight Graham's career, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Archibald Moonlight Graham with the Giants in New York. Got called up, played the outfield, and never got it at bat. His career was over.
3 and 2.
As we walked into Bruce Bochy's office today, that movie was on, Field of Dreams.
Burt Lancaster never got an at bat. I felt bad for him too.
Yep.
So Sandoval's going to get a crack at trying to knock one out. And he will try. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. But that's never bothered him from trying.
Cell phone's making some noise. Well, at least the lights are turned on.
Down low, new ball. Put it in the white bucket. Get it out of here. There it is. You don't want to go in the white bucket.
No, because that means you'll be at batting practice tomorrow.
That's right. Swing, ain't gonna miss. Get it out of here.
I mean, if you're a baseball, you want to be a guy's first hit,
Yeah.
first home run, first strikeout.
You'd be in on the fireplace. You'd be in your office.
Yeah. Those
Instead,
balls in there forever.
you're in the stupid white bucket.
Yeah.
Sandoval, 1 ball and 1 strike. Down the right field line. McCutchen's going to run for a while. Trying to dig it out of Young. McCutchen's going to be waved. Sandoval will go to second. It's a 4-3 ball game.
Now there's the salvation at bat you're talking about. Sandoval with a hat trick coming into that AB. And he goes down and beats a breaking ball. And the way that the Angels preset Chris Young in right field, I mean, they had him over towards the right center field side. They gave the lineup. And that's what Sandoval does. He hits away from the defense. You can see how far away Young is. And with a 2-out jump and Andrew McCutcheon's speed, an easy score. And let's watch Pablo head on into scoring position.
Pitch runner for Sandoval is Gorkis Hernandez. So here's Belt. And they're going to walk Belt, and I only knew that because I was wondering why Longoria was walking to the plate.
Well, Mike Scioscia, the skipper of the Angels, I mean, he wants a right on right. And that's going to be it for Wood.
So quick question, I just got a text message. How many baseballs do you think are used in a game?
I say 9 dozen.
9 dozen?
Yeah.
I think that's probably about right. Unless Wood's pitching, then 100 dozen. 4-3. We'll be back. Here's Giants Angels. Pregame live is going to start at noon, and then we'll have the game for you at 1 p.m. on NBC Sports Bay Area. And, you can follow us live on the NBC Sports app. Check us out.
So Mike Scioscia going with his closer. In his mind, this is the inning where you're going to earn your save. Middleton, this is what he has done. He's been 4 for 4 in save ops. He's got good stuff. You're going to see mid to high 90s from a high 3/4 release. He's also got a slider and a changeup.
Longoria is 2 for 3. He will not wait around. 1 ball and no strikes.
So he introduces himself with 97-mile-an-hour fastball, just to let you know he's out there. He doesn't have pinpoint command with his fastball.
Good speed at second, and that's Gorkis Hernandez. And a called strike.
No,
Or he didn't think so.
Generous strike right there. That's not even close
Generous
to
indeed.
where we've seen that outside corner established throughout this game. That's wide.
Well, why not go out there again. It's 2-1.
Well, you're right. I mean, but Middleton doesn't have that kind of command to try and take advantage of an advantage like that. I mean, that's a gift. And if in a situation like this, an umpire's going to give you 6 inches off the plate, I mean, you want to throw it out there and see if you get it again.
Foul back, 2-2.
That was a perfect pitch. At 97, knee high on the black.
I bet he gets the slider now.
He's got the look of a closer. If you're a closer, you better bring some presence out there on the mound.
Yes, you better.
Best arm in the Angels outfield right now is in left field with Upton.
It's a good rip.
Oh, he's got a good swing going. I mean, he's been hot. He's who you want up there.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Got it. And that'll end the inning. Giants get a run. It's 4-3.
Brought to you by Provident Credit Union. You can vote for the All-Star Teacher at NBCSportsBayArea.com/AST. It's the 12th season of the program that recognizes that teachers do indeed make a difference. We all know that. So go to NBCSportsBayArea.com and vote. Winner will receive $20,000 for his or her school.
Sam Dyson, a new pitcher when it's time for a change. Thanks, Speedy. Oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog expert.
Sam Dyson gets the ball. And Dyson, in his last outing in Arizona, really threw the ball well. And he's been struggling with the command of his mechanics, which has cut his velocity and his control and his movement. But his last outing, we were starting to see 96 mile an hour sinkers again. Big sink. That's what he gives you when he's right. He's a 4-pitch guy. He'd give you a slider, cutter, curveball, change up. I mean, he's got some things he can do with the ball. He's more than a one-trick pony, but sinker is his strength.
So Kinsler will lead things off, and he takes a strike. Trout on deck, and then Upton. Hit on the ground to Crawford. I think Crawford will make the play. Kinsler 0 for 4, and here's Trout. Trout has hit the ball hard 3 times. He's got a double, a home run, and a line drive that was caught by Mac Williams. Trout 4 for 9 lifetime against Sam Dyson. A couple of doubles. Outside for a ball. Giants in the 9th inning will have Williamson, Crawford, and Hundley.
Talking about the presence you have to have if you're a closer. Well, I mean, everybody has to have presence up here. Well, you're feeling the presence of a guy like Trout when he steps in that box. I mean, you can feel his greatness when you're pitching against him. And you know you've got to make good pitches. Even at that, he can still beat you. But it is the ultimate challenge. And every pitcher likes that test. See how he does against guys like Trout.
Big chopper to third, a fair ball. Trout's going to have a double. I think Longoria thought that that was a fair ball.
You could see Longoria when it was called fair. I mean, he kind of pointed his finger out to third base umpire Ripperger. That's not going to get challenged.
Yeah, that would be a hard one to call. So here's Upton. Upton is 0 for 2 with a walk. Upton coaxed a walk out of Holland, and then Pujols, the next hitter, hit the home run. So the walk was an important at bat for Upton. He runs inside for a ball, 1-0. Still got a lot of life on that fastball.
Well, and this is velocity that he's kind of picked up. And when you're coming out of your mechanics, out of bad mechanics into a set of good mechanics, it doesn't come, you know, always at the same time. It could be where you're throwing 3 good pitches out of 4, then 4 out of 5. I mean, it comes slowly for some guys.
That's 5.
Other guys can find it quicker. But we saw it happen to him last year. When he started the season out last year as a closer of the Texas Rangers, he had horrible luck. And he just wasn't in command of his stuff. When the Giants got him, he was a mess. And he got fixed within about 4 appearances. And they wound up having a good, solid second half for the Giants.
And the 1-1 coming up. Runner goes. Hundley's throw is pass. Longoria, and Trout thought about it. And Scioscia's going to argue.
Trout may be hurt. I think if he got up and felt good, he may have challenged it. Now Scioscia's saying that Longoria laid down on him on purpose. And I can't tell you, in all honesty, that he didn't do that. Veteran move. Scioscia not happy about it. Talking to Mark Ripperger. He goes after him, then he just kind of gets on him and just kind of puts as much body as he can on him. One hopper handcuffed Longoria. And here's where he does the laydown move, and it prevented a run. And it may have hurt Trout, or at least it tweaked him a little bit. I mean, the way that Longoria fell on him, I don't know if you could definitively say that he did it on purpose.
Well, he tried, look, he tried to go through Trout to get to the ball.
It's pretty convincing how he pulled it off.
He did. Now the Giants have to pull the infield in. It's a stolen base for Trout.
Now he starts to limp right about right here. But he seems to be all right.
Up high, it's 2-2.
Dyson got underneath that one, trying to add on, flying that front shoulder. That's the thing about baseball. You try to add on, you wind up subtracting on your velocity. Pitching for the strikeout.
3-2. Does not have to throw him a strike. See Hundley setting up low and away. And the walk. So here's Pujols.
Well, Mike Scioscia knows that when Dyson gets the ball down, he can get a ground ball. He's also slow out of the stretch. It will provide an opportunity for Upton to steal a base. Upton's got 2 on the year. So now they're talking about what do you do should you have a first and third steal attempt. Do you throw through the bag? Do you cut it off in the middle infielder, anticipating that Trout's going to try and break from third if you do indeed go down to second base?
Pujols' home run in the 6th is the difference in this game. He's 3 for 12 in his career against Sam Dyson. Chance to play the infield back. On the ground to third. Longoria to panic to Belt, and that's a double play. Mac Williamson will lead things off. Spurs tomorrow at 11 a.m. on NBC Sports Bay Area. Plus, stick with the team you've watched all season long. So here's Mac Williamson. Giants down by a run. They see Middleton, who throws hard. Outside corner for a strike.
Mike Scioscia asking Middleton to try and get a 4-out save. He's had a 5-out save earlier this year against Texas.
How about that strike?
Well,
1 ball and 1 strike.
it alters the at bat. But Joe West has kind of been tonight how he's always been. So you get some, you don't get some.
No swing, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Middleton's just aiming for one spot in the strike zone, and we're talking down and away, outside corner. If he elevates, Williamson will go to right field with it. And those are perfect pitches. This is from a guy who has a reputation of not having good command. That's not been the issue tonight. That is, well, it's perfect if you get the umpire to go for it.
And the 2-2 tapped into the hole. Williamson's got to go, and he beats it out. There's 2 guys on this field that can make that play. One's coming up to hit, the other almost made it.
2 Gold Glove shortstops in this game. We'll watch Anderson Simmons come over there. He knows he's got to get rid of it. This is just a jump throw, Derek Jeter style. You know, and for Mac Williamson, I mean, he's 6'4", 250 pounds with a big backswing, and he still gets down the line enough to beat it out, give himself a leadoff single.
That's as good as you can do defensively.
As good as you can do.
Crawford is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Hundley's on deck. Williamson runs pretty well. He's at first. And the pitch is high. The pitch, swinging a foul, a healthy rip. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
He was on it. Had count leverage at 1-0. Middleton just pounding the outside corner with high velocity.
Crawford out of play again, 1-2. So Middleton, the high set. Got him.
First changeup he's throwing tonight. He throws it in a 1-2 count, and it's perfect. First time you see a guy, when you've seen the fastball, you've seen the hard breaking ball, and you don't even see the changeup until he's got you in a 2-strike hole. What a beautiful pitch.
Here's Hundley, who's 1 for 3.
You figure you're going to see hard stuff away, and for Hundley, that's been his strength, taking that outside location to right field.
0-1.
First pitch breaking ball.
Williamson with his lead. Swinging a foul, 0-2. Henley would like to have that one back. Not that it was a bad pitch, but I think it was the pitch that he was looking for.
Keenan Middleton out of Portland, Oregon. 24 years of age. He really grabbed hold of this job this spring.
Foul back. That's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball away. And I think you're right. I think he does stay away. He might be like Donnie Robinson, afraid he's going to hurt somebody.
Well,
by pitching in.
That's true about Donnie Robinson. Steve Carlton was the same way. He didn't like pitching in.
Very high, 1-2. Panic on deck. We're in the 9th.
Close. Guarantee Joe West thought about that one. Set an outside target, just a bit up or outside. So Rivera's going to come out and talk things over with Middleton. He's going to say, dude, that's a strike to everybody else but a catcher. Joe West likes catchers.
All right, everybody's back where they belong. It's 2-2. Hundley looking down, you can see, trying to figure out what's coming next. Got him.
Yeah, that was the message. Throw that breaking ball and put it down below the strike zone. Give him a little pep talk about how good that slider is. So just if you're going to miss down. And he gets the strikeout.
That's, by my count, that's the 17th strikeout.
Yep, that's what I
have.
have.
So many outs in this game. 17 of them have been by way of striking out. Here's Panic. Mr. Posey on deck. Panic a foul back, and it's 0-1.
Right at him with 97. Panic was waiting for it.
Panic is 0 for 4.
Well, two quick fastballs right up above the hands, middle in. And Middleton's got him to where he's got 3 pitches. He's getting over right now. Fastball, that hard slider, and the changeup. He struck out Brandon Crawford. I mean, right now you can't get long if you're Panic. I mean, you've got to just be quick, be short, protect.
He let it fly at 97. It's 1-2. Williamson with his lead. Out of play.
And there was the changeup. And there was the short, quick swing of Panic to protect.
And the 1-2 out of play.
A little gamesmanship there from Rivera. He wanted that fastball away, but before the pitch, he went over and slapped the dirt on the inside corner just to let Joe Panic hear that glove on the inside. The intent was to just put a thought in the mind of Panic. Watch him sit outside after he hit that inside piece of dirt. So, second mound visit. They may have the same suggestion about throwing that hard slider and trying to bounce it on home plate that he gave with Hundley in a two-strike situation.
So Panic back in the box. Rivera back behind the dish. It's 1-2. Down low, 2-2.
There was a ball in the dirt, but that was not the slider. That was the fastball. Nice block by Rivera. Fastballs at that velocity down the dirt, you don't know what they're going to do.
Two and 2 to Panic. On the ground to third. And that's the ball game. So a game of home runs. And the difference in this game was the opposite field home run off the bat of Albert Pujols. And for Pujols, hit number 2,992.
Well, an elevator, and I mean, you're coming to expect that every game is going to be like this with the Giants. They had some good at-bats. They did a lot of good things in this game, but it winds up being a frustrating loss for them and a frustrating loss for Derek Holland, who remains winless.
Well, coming into the game, the two guys that had great history against Holland were Trout and Pujols, and those were the two guys that beat him tonight. All right, final score. Angels 4, Giants 3. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned.